anxiety sucks. And while many people struggle with feeling anxious, whether it's before a quiz or a presentation like what we're doing now, anxiety is more than just feeling nervous. According to the National Institutes of Health, nearly 1 in 3 teenagers ages 13 to 18 will experience an anxiety disorder. So for my warm-up, I found an online quiz that you can take that can help figure out if you have anxiety, feeling nervous, whatever. Keep in mind this quiz isn't something that you can take and self-diagnose yourself with anxiety, but if you get a score that you're concerned about, you can talk to your parent, guardian, doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, whoever. They can pause the video and take the quiz, or take the quiz after the video, whichever. Now, once you took it, did you get a score that you thought you would, or was it something that you didn't think you would get, and you're realizing there are some things now that are anxiety linked, but you thought they were just something that everyone dealt with? If you got a score and you were saying, oh, I didn't know that these were linked to anxiety, that's normal, because there's a lot of things that a lot of people go through that are linked to anxiety instead of just normal everyday behaviors. So approximately 8% of children and teenagers experience an anxiety disorder, with most people developing symptoms before you turn 21. Now, there's also a difference between everyday anxiety and an anxiety disorder. Everyday anxiety is like getting nervous before a quiz or presenting or going out and performing, but anxiety disorders are things where you're getting scared because you don't want to go to the store, or you're avoiding going to a store because you don't want to, you're scared to go, or you feel very uncomfortable going. So when I was in 5th grade, we did a math presentation, forget what it was about, but I told my teacher that I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't have to present. Everyone else was presenting. They were nervous, but they were presenting. I went to the nurse. My teacher said I could present the next day. The next day, I said I wasn't feeling well again, so I went to the nurse, and the nurse was like, Miranda, this is the second time, same period. Are you sure you're feeling sick, or are you just skipping class? I said, no, I'm feeling sick, like any child would lie. And then she's like, maybe you have to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and I had a breakdown. I wasn't skipping class. I didn't want to present. I mean, I was skipping class, but not for a reason where I skipped class because I didn't want to be in the class, or I'm just skipping class. I was skipping class because I was so scared, and I felt like everyone was gonna like make fun of me. I was gonna humiliate myself, all because of this presentation. So that was an example of going out of my way, so far out of my way, to not present and avoid an uncomfortable situation where everyone else was just like, oh, I'm nervous, and went up and presented. I went so far out of my way to not present because I felt very, very uncomfortable doing so. Now, Miss Wolfson, I don't skip class. I stay in class like a good student, and I don't go to the nurse anymore because I'm scared to go to the nurse. So I don't skip class anymore. So another story with anxiety experiences, one of my friends, she would be so excited to go to the store to practice. Yeah, Mom, I'm so ready. Let's go. I'm excited. And then as soon as she would get closer and closer to where she was going, she just didn't want to. She would have breakdowns and say, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Her mom's like, this is like the 3rd time today. We have to get over this. We have to get going. If you didn't want to go, why didn't you tell me before you left? And so I chose anxiety as my topic because a lot of my friends have anxiety. I have some anxiety. I know a lot of people have anxiety, so raising awareness about how it isn't just, oh, you're nervous, you'll be fine. You know, just get over it. It'll be fine. It's a different feeling than being nervous. Being nervous, you have like that drop in your stomach, like if you're on a roller coaster. Anxiety can feel like you're trapped in your own head. You're a prisoner to your own self. It's like someone's controlling you like a puppet master. So as a visual, I made a short film, which I regret, but I made that, and it shows how my anxiety feels and how like kind of everyday anxiety can feel, but it's not exactly how I feel. I've toned it down a lot, so it's more realistic to other people that have everyday anxiety or overthinking. But I regret making this and putting it in here because then I realized that other people are gonna have to watch it. But here's the short film called Anxiety with the help of my friend Macy. I thank her for that, but here's the short film. The house burns down.
This is the 7th time you've called me today. I'm hooked on a feeling, ba ba da ba. I'm high on believing, do 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 do, that you're in love with me.
What if she invited you over because she pities you? Why would she do that? Because she's kind of my friend.
Feels bad for you. Simple as that.
Well, if she were to invite me over, it's because she wants to hang out with me, right?
For the last option, everyone else was busy.
Well, if she would have asked someone else if she didn't like me, right? Right? Because she wouldn't want to hang out with me, if that's what you're saying. She'd want to hang out with someone else. Not me, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. She hates you.
So that short film shows how anxiety isn't really you, at least to me it's not. Anxiety can feel like someone else is controlling you, like I said, a puppet master. That, like, let's do the first example of making toast. If you walk away, my anxiety can be like, what if your house burns down? That'll be all your fault. Just because you were making toast, the house can burn down, and then it's your fault, and then you're gonna have nowhere. And then it goes so far it's like throwing a rock in a pond. It just ripples, and there's just so many things where it's overthinking and controlling. So that's why I chose to write it as anxiety is another person, or like a voice in your head saying no, don't do that, or yes, do this. It's controlling you left and right. So that was me raising awareness about anxiety. Thank you for watching. I cried 3 times while making this, and anxiety sucks, so also had trouble making this because of anxiety, so raising more awareness about that. Thank you for watching.